What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Roman.
And it's your girl Queen B.
And we are back with part 3 of our storytelling time. When we got situated, figure out, us protecting ourselves from being homeless and living, in an actual place and not on the streets.
And not in the park.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, so in part 1, we told you how we moved out on faith and got up to us moving with Jack and Jill. Part 2, we told you how we moved from Jack and Jill and got to Dallas, and we met these two lovely people, and we were staying with them, just me and Brittany. Now, I'm going to tell you how we got from that point into the conclusion of us having our own place. So, let's say, okay, so now we were staying with them for about 2 weeks. Brittany was driving like back and forth and risking her life, like it was pretty scary. It was taking her an hour each way and she was fighting traffic each way. So we were waiting on her check. When it was time to get her paycheck, it actually didn't hit the account because she did direct deposit and sent it to my account. And it didn't have her name on it, so they sent the check back.
Yep.
So, because we was originally going to stay with them for 1 week, but that turned into 2 weeks because of that.
Yep. So what we had to do was, I remember being on the phone stressed out. It was our anniversary too. It was the day before our anniversary. We was going to be married for what?
Oh, yeah.
4 years? Was it 4 years?
4 years. No.
3. Year 3? Was it year 3? 2 years.
Years.
I don't know. Yeah. It was our wedding anniversary. And I remember me being on the phone with the bank trying to figure out if they sent the money back, because we really needed this money at this point, because we were still dried up from this, like we didn't have anything left on the food stamp card or anything from the previous place we had left from Jack and Jill. Oh, before I forget too, Jack and Jill reached out to us as well and tried to start an altercation because they saw that we wasn't actually coming back. So they was trying to like start little different things.
We didn't
like,
need them anymore.
Like checking in on us, and it started into it got really crazy, because it's like they wanted to control us a little bit, like manipulate our mind or something. I don't know what it was, but it was weird because we decided to not, take the invitation to come back. We was like, they was like, you don't even know those people, you should come back here. We from the same hometown or whatever like that, and we was just like, no. We just got scarred. We're not doing this. We moving forward. And we did. So, I was waiting on the check.
I wasn't door knocking anymore. I just let that go.
Yep.
And she was waiting on her check. In the process of her waiting on her check, Troy ended up being a barber. So I got a haircut. I got all that hair cut off, because I was lining myself up with a Martian in Fort Worth. I didn't have no clippers. Stuff was rough. So I got a haircut. I was presentable. And she finally got her check. And now at this point, we went and stayed in town suites.
In-town suites.
That was where we was living at. In-town suites. Yeah. And that was a week to week, guys. Like you pay a certain amount for that week, and then you pay every week
on that day. So if you move on a Monday, your stuff is gonna be due again on the next Monday.
And this place, you get a stove, you get a place to lay your head, a bed. In our case, we had one bed, one little mini refrigerator. A stove with 2 eyes and a bathroom and a TV, and that's all we had. It was 4 of us, me, Brittany, and the twins.
Yeah, because my mom ended up bringing the boys back to us. She was nice enough to bring them back to us, so we wouldn't have to come back and forth and stuff. And it was crazy because I had got the first check, and I think that check was $700 and some dollars. It was not much. It was every 2 weeks. Yeah, $750. And I remember going to put the money down because you had got a gig where you was getting paid $100 a day. Yeah.
So what happened with me is I stopped studying for the life insurance license. So I got a gig where I was making money daily, $100 a day, and I was working with a guy just moving parts back and forth from Frisco, Texas to somewhere else, and I was riding and helping move, and I was working that, and I also started helping out as like this insurance assistant. Troy knew some other insurance agents, so I will cold call for the first time to set up appointments, and if they made money off the deal, they would give me money off the commission. They would give me like this finder's fee or whatever, like $50 to $100 on each deal.
Right.
So that's what we were doing. She was working that job, I was doing that, and I was cold calling for.
Yeah, and so I worked the job up until the time my mom was bringing the boys back, because at this time I'm still not putting them in school, and it's still far, And it's like God, I'm telling y'all, God has favor up on us. When I tell y'all that, y'all, I know a lot of people say it, but we had so much favor because at the time we wasn't supposed to get any more stamps.
No.
I think our case was up.
Yeah, because you know
like
you can't be in a different state and swiping a card for food stamps from another state. So of course we was looking for them to cut us off because that wasn't a Texas food stamp card. You know, it was Mississippi.
And we got lucky and it got loaded or whatever. And it helped out. So and like I said, what I meant about the whole favor thing. So I knew that I was quitting on that certain day. I told them that I wasn't really coming back anymore because of the drive and my kids were coming back. And I just did it to kind of give us just a little bit push. And then he had to start the gig. So the time that my mama brought the boys back, right after that, I think I was supposed to be going back that Monday or whatever. It was crazy that I did decide that I was actually quitting the job because they had a bad storm, y'all.
Yeah.
And I would have been stuck. I'm talking about the storm hit the same exact place where I was working at downtown. The same office where I was at, y'all. A lot of people was injured. Cars got messed up bad. Like it was flooding. It was crazy. A tornado came through.
And I'm overprotective. I didn't want Brittany going through all that at all. So I was happy that we decided for her to just leave the job. And you know, now we have the car. She don't have to drive an hour or 2 hours every day there and back. So everything was in my hands. You know, she was back into the care with the kids, and I had my gig, and I really had like 2 jobs. I was working, making $100 a day, and I was cold calling every moment I had a chance to make money on the side. So what happened, guys, is it got to the point where the guy, he didn't need us anymore for the $100 a day.
I remember.
And we had to keep paying for the room every week. So what happened is I had to sit in the Cobalt and make more calls. Now I pitched other life insurance agents on me assisting them and getting them new business. So keep in mind, I never cold called in Mississippi. I didn't know what it was. I learned about this just by looking at National Agents Alliance business model. I looked at that model and I started cold calling. So I was terrified, but I was actually doing things for the first time while I was terrified. So I called everything I could. I was in the phone book calling people. I was calling old leads that was years old because they were selling those leads for cents on the dollar. Because I had to get a new customer, I had to set up a new appointment to see if that other agent can come in there and earn their business. So I did that, and that lasted for maybe about 2 weeks before her mom ended up coming to get them because it was Thanksgiving and she wanted to go see her grandma. So that was actually a relief for us, you know, for Thanksgiving, because when she left, things was going good for me previously. So me and Troy, we kind of linked up and worked together because I had made money and Troy was making some money with the insurance, and I was just like, okay, babe, so you going back to Mississippi with the kids, be there for your grandma, and I'm gonna stack money.
Right. So I went there. It was getting ready to be Thanksgiving because he called and told my mom everything that had happened. We was like, you know, we need to figure out something, another type of way to like pivot at this point. So like he said, Thanksgiving was rolling into holidays. So I went there. Me and the kids, we thought that he was going to be able to come for Thanksgiving, but he didn't. He wasn't even able. So that was our first holiday apart.
Yeah.
Our first holiday. It was terrible.
I think we actually argued, and now I'm thinking about it, it was just frustration because me working in insurance, I'm still not licensed, so I'm kind of like working as an affiliate for other agents. So I was making money as fast as I could, but it wasn't fast enough to pay for everything we needed to pay for. Like we needed to pay for an apartment, like a cell phone, like all type of stuff we needed. So we was arguing, and it got to the point where I was working with Troy from Thanksgiving all the way up into Christmas holidays, almost Christmas. So when it got to that point, her mom, I asked her, could she come and get me, and her mom came and picked me up. And me and Brittany had seen each other for a month. This was the first time.
Month, y'all.
This was the first time we hadn't seen each other for a month. Man, when she pulled up, you got out the car, like, you know, I was trying to make sure, you know, everything was all good. I did a few push-ups.
And I missed his birthday. Because your birthday is a couple days before Christmas. And I missed his birthday, and it was just like butterflies all over again. Because I remember jumping out the car, screaming, yelling. He picked me up, switched me around. I mean, it was like...
I did a few push-ups, had my arms poking out a little bit.
It was so crazy because we hadn't seen each other. And then our phones, we were going through phone situations because we didn't have the money to keep the phones on. I had my old iPhone, and he had a Sam. He had to downgrade to an Android. So we wasn't really able to FaceTime or anything. My grandma didn't have Wi-Fi at the house either, so it was it was crazy. We really didn't really see each other like on the phones or anything. So we just basically fell asleep on the phone like old days back in high school. Text, you know, talk to each other here and there, well, every day here and there. But it was crazy because we didn't see each other. It was sad.
But when we seen each other, she ran to me and I was excited. And that was one of those times again that her mom drove 12 hours. First, she drove 12 hours to pick her and the kids up for Thanksgiving. She picked them up and drove right back out. And this time, she picked me up and drove right back out.
Around
and
Christmas. So
she had to wake up at like 2 in the morning to do all that.
Yep, for him to be, you know, not to miss another holiday with us. And at the time, like, my family didn't even know what was really going on. Like, my grandma didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew what was going on. It was literally our secret. My mom knew. He knew, I knew, but nobody knew what the truth really was. We was really going through it. Like, we was really homeless. We didn't have nowhere to go. We was like trying to buy time to get by.
We wasn't standing under a bridge, but we didn't have our own place to stay.
Yeah, we didn't have our actual own place to stay. I'm gonna put it like that.
Yeah.
But we got through that, and then by this time we preparing for tax season.
Yeah, because we have a seasonal business, so by the time December come, I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling everything we've been through because I'm just like, okay, now that I'm preparing for taxes, now it's time for me to earn income and do everything I need to do, and I still need to get licensed for insurance. So at this point, I reached the edge of myself. I wanted to understand everything, so all this fire lit up in me. You know, I just wanted to work as hard as I could. So I did so much stuff, guys. Like, I didn't even recognize my own moves. You know, I realized that I needed to get licensed, but I flunked the test in Texas because we was going through so much. I made a 40 on the exam, and I took that in town. So I joined a company and got licensed, and you know I took that license and I got a few deals in Mississippi, and we ran our tax business, and I was able to use our tax office in Jackson to run insurance out of it. So we just got on our feet. Like, you know, we made a lot of money, and we got a penthouse in Jackson. You know, we celebrated. We moved. We got our apartment in Dallas. Everything just worked out because we picked up one leg at a time. When we got back to Jackson, we ended up staying with a friend and in South Jackson, and we kind of did one move out to each other, and we got out of all of it. You know, I had an insurance license for the first time.
Yeah, he got licensed. You got licensed actually on our anniversary, which was our boyfriend-girlfriend anniversary.
Yeah, in February.
February 23rd, I remember him waiting to get the call and say that he had passed the test, and we was like, our life had changed. Yeah. And then we actually, like you said, we ended up getting moving and getting a penthouse there in Mississippi. We celebrated. We stayed in the penthouse for a while.
Yeah, we stayed in a penthouse.
During tax season to kind of celebrate, and it was
and we had to be in Jackson anyway to run business, so before we had to leave, we just got a penthouse, and it was super wide, man. It was so comfortable, nice. And like we went from there to the apartment that we liked. We actually stayed in the same complex that Troy and his significant other stayed in.
Yep, because we fell in love with it. It was just like, oh my God, we never seen nothing that looked like this. It was luxury, nice. And we ended up staying there, and that's basically how everything pretty much went. And then after we got back to Dallas and got situated, because we actually had to make a trip. We left Mississippi to go and pick the keys up and stuff.
Oh yeah, we left the penthouse and went to get the new place because we got approved for it and all that. And we got the keys to the place, came back to the penthouse, and we had like a week and a half left. So we left like a few days early. And when we walked into the apartment, we just lit up. Like, it was, the roof was real high. Like, it was, everything was amazing. Like, and we went to Walmart and got a few items, but we still had to pick up our Tahoe, guys, because our Tahoe was still in Fort Worth.
It was in Fort Worth. We had parked our, because I don't think we mentioned it. We parked our Tahoe, y'all, at a Walmart in Fort Worth with all our stuff in there.
Yeah.
All our stuff.
So it was at a Walmart because when we made our little switch from Fort Worth to Dallas, Jack and Jill, they thought that we had moved the truck, whatever. We had to move it because they was tripping. So we took it to Walmart, parked it in the front as if it was a worker there.
Yeah, employee's car.
And we did all of that. You know, we went back to Jackson and you know, made money. I got licensed. I barely got licensed, but I made like a 71. But I got licensed, made money. We made money with our tax business, and we got to our new home, guys. And we look back on that. We took off from there, but like it took us from when we first moved in August. It took us all the way to March. So that's September, October, November, December, January, February, March. It took us 7 months to move to Dallas.
Just to really move.
7 months.
Because after we got the place, we were like, okay, now we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. So he ended up getting licensed. He sat in because we ended up making our bedroom like our office, and he sat in there and studied. And this man got 7 licenses.
Yeah, I'm licensed in multiple states, guys.
Multiple states for life insurance. So he started making commission money out there. Things had started to pick up, and that was literally how we officially got here. It wasn't not easy.
No,
like we said, it was faith. But you have to push. We could have gave up. We could have been like, this is it. But no, we kept the tempo going. We picked up. We had to go because we knew that we not quitters. We don't stop just because we feel like something was thrown in the race and we done. No, we kept going. We kept moving. We kept our head up. We prayed. We meditated. I still, to this day, and I will share it with you guys, I still have prayers in my phone from when I prayed back in 2015, 2006, like prayers that to get us out of the situation that we was in, and meditating and doing affirmations and all that. Like, we never gave up. It was so rough. It was hard. We cried. We didn't know what we wanted to do. I didn't even know what I wanted to do, but I remember at that time, I think fast forward to 2016, that next year I ended up trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to do insurance. I actually went and took the class and everything, got the book. I was like, this is not for me. It didn't have that spark
because
for
she
me.
Naturally thought that's what she wanted to do because I did it. So
because we do everything together. So I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I can do. And I went to the classes. I went to the class for a day or two, but it was just like it didn't spark out to me. So I ended up having a dream, because I remember I was like, my grandma used to always mention back in the day, she was like, man, those real estate agents, I think that'll be nice, like, for you to do or whatever, because they make money. You always talked about houses a lot. She was saying that I used to always talk about houses, and I used to be infatuated with houses. Oh my God, I love houses. And I was like, So I ended up getting on there, and I looked, and I had a dream. Everything that comes to me in confirmation comes to me in a dream. So even when I birthed Beautiful Beat, I dreamed about it first before I actually did it. So I had the dream, and I woke up, and I remember telling Roman, I was like, I'm about to do real estate. And he was like, what? Because he had been wanting to do real estate back in 2012. But I remember telling him that, and he was like, for real, do it. So I remember sitting there, and I was writing the cost down, how much everything costs, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna save the money up, and I'm about to take the classes, because I had to figure. I seen so much different BS on different rumors and stuff about, oh, you can't be licensed if you got student loans, or you can't be licensed if you haven't been in Texas this amount of time, or whatever. So I actually sat down and researched. So that's why when people reach out to me about certain stuff, I try to share my advice, but at the same time, it's getting frustrating, because I know what we had to do to get to where we are now. We had to do a lot of research. We had to do a lot of grind. We had to bump our heads. We had to experience everything just to be right here now. Right. And man, I remember 2016 was when I first had the dream. In 2017, I started my classes and everything. And then that year, my grandma ended up passing away, and I had to kind of stop everything for a while because my head wasn't there. And then 2019, I got licensed, and here I am. Like, it's been great.
But it started when we got back situated, and we had our apartment, and she went down that path, and she became a real estate agent. But there you have it, guys. Like, we moved to Texas, and we moved on faith, but it took us 7 months of events just to get on track.
A lot of. So think about if something happens to you back to back in like a few days. This was 7 months.
7 months.
7 months.
Like so many days eating ramen noodles, and that's all we had, guys. Like, it lasted for so long going through it, but looking back on it, I'm so thankful, because when people make excuses on what they can and can't do, I think about what we've been through, and an excuse is nothing compared to what we went through. So.
And if y'all want to hear more of our story times or different things, because it just didn't stop there, y'all. It's just the beginning, because we had to be who we are now. We had to go through a lot of experiences, because it was a big adjustment that we had to make. But if you want to hear more of those, more experiences, please drop them down in the comment section, or DM us, write us on Facebook or whatever, and let us know that you want to hear, more stories or more experiences that we went through, because it was up there, y'all. It was like this. But here we are now. We standing strong. We don't finally figure this thing out in Texas.
Yeah, we know what we want to do.
Yeah,
in Texas.
we real Texans now, y'all.
Yeah, real Texans. So
yeah.
So guys, that was story time. This was part 3. If you just jumped on here by any random chance, just go look at part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Yeah.
Maybe this motivates you, maybe it doesn't, but
hopefully
this is our
journey. You. Yeah, this is our journey. This is our story. We kind of summed it up. Some parts are missing because we didn't want to make it too drawn out.
Yeah, not too lengthy, but you get the point, guys. We moved here on faith. It took us 7 months. We got our place. I did life insurance. She's a real estate agent, and to this day, we still I represent my firm as Odom Financial Group. Odom Financial Group. I'm licensed in multiple states, and if you guys need any quotes or you want to know anything about life insurance, email me at odomfinancialgroup@gmail.com.
Yeah, and if you moving here, relocating, know someone that's looking to move here into Texas, call your girl. Email me at b.odom@kw.com, and I would love to be your realtor. But yeah, subscribe, like, and comment, and don't forget to share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
I'm sorry, guys. I needed to cough earlier, but like I said, that was odomfinancialgroup@gmail.com. If you need any type of life insurance quotes or want to know where you stand, anything like that, just email me and I'll get that to you.
And he's also in preparation mode to become a licensed realtor here as well.
I have my 180 hours. I got this sexy coach right here.
I'm coaching him. So
hopefully we get something done.
But yeah, though, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, comment, drop your ideas or suggestions down below. And yes, that's it. This wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Together forever.
Peace.
My lawful wedded wife, you was the one, you saved my life. Knew it was right from first sight, that's on my life. We was lovers and friends, many friendships they end. You give me comfort to win, some credit you comfort to spend. I remember when we used to skip school just to think about it. Grown shit, they couldn't do anything about it. Making faces, getting wasted, got all day girl, so we pace it. You ain't never been the type to tolerate the fake shit.